Welcome back to the OGN Heroes of the Storm Super League. It is a 2-0 lead right now for MRR. The games in-game have been close. The results have not.
Yeah, MRR does have that 2-0 lead, but that last game was super duper close.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
HOTS had a nice early lead, so I guess they should have, but let's see if they can pick up a map here. It's going to be Garden of Terror coming up next.
Yeah, Garden of Terror, this is a really cool map.
If you're scared of plants, turn off the TV now.
So as night comes, you want to collect seeds. You get enough seeds, then you spawn your own terror. One of the heroes enters into the terror and kicks ass. It is very, very strong. You can use potted plants to damage structures or other, just to own up lanes. And you can also turn your opponents into little plants. It's essentially like a polymorph that can't attack.
Now here you see there's a couple small camps that are very easy to clear to get a bunch of seeds on each side on the top and bottom, and then the big guy. It takes a little bit longer. We'll definitely see more fights over him. And as you do gain, of course, those 100 seeds, man, you do get that terror, which is very, very powerful.
Yeah, it's
terrifying.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that's where they even got the name.
Possibly.
Because of how terrifying he is, Tosis. So you got to be very careful, very cognizant of where your opponents are when they're collecting seeds. Sometimes we see people dive in and try to steal some extra seeds from their opponents. When the terror is out, you're on the defense if it's the opponent's terror. I mean, you really cannot ignore what this terror is doing. There is no boss on this map because the terror essentially fills the role of the boss here.
Mm-hmm. That's right. You don't need a boss and a terror. That would be overkill. It's like, yeah. I mean, we already have 10 heroes on the map, okay? We don't need epic legendary bosses.
Blizzard hasn't responded to my map request, the one where there's only bosses for mercenary camps. I think it'd be pretty good. Let me know what you think. Blizzard hasn't answered my email about it yet, but I'm sure they're making it right now.
Pretty sure that what would happen there, you gain a lead, you get a boss, and then while they're clearing that boss, you get another boss. While they're clearing that, you get another boss.
And I'm like, look at that. It just spirals out of control every time. It's really exciting.
By the time you've cleared 6 bosses.
Look at how many bosses there are. I think this is great. Sick map, tasteless. All right, Uther ban first. Snap ban there on Zeratul.
Yeah, interesting to see that the meta has shifted for this match, at least have that Uther ban. But that means we're seeing a lot of Leoric pickups, and Leoric teams generally end up winning. That guy is ridiculous.
Mouth and Kill Toss.
All right.
Insta pick there. Well, that kind of limits the options for support here for MRR.
Yeah, do they pick up a Rhaegar right now?
I guess. Well, I mean,
people, Korean pro scene does not like Brightwing, they do not like Lili, and they do not like Karazim. So,
well, they've tried Karazim a couple times, but it doesn't always go that well when they pick him.
We saw it damage Karazim tonight, guys. It was really weird. It didn't work.
I think we'll have in the last 2 picks.
Jaina and Rhaegar, you think here?
Well, the thing is, then they could ban Rhaegar, and then they'd actually.
Yeah, well, if they don't pick up Rhaegar here, then it will get banned, which means they'll have to use Lili or Karazim or
just not have a healer.
Brightwing, that other healer no one uses. But I mean, I like most scrubs, I do think that Lili is underrated, but I think they'll probably pick up Rhaegar. Let's see though.
There it is.
Yeah. No surprise here.
Rhaegar taken.
The surprise would have been not picking up Rhaegar.
Well, they got to make sure they have all the roles filled in, and that's where you see a lot of dancing around the picks and the bans here. Is okay, so let's get him in a tough spot. And of course, when you pick your hero, you are in a sense denying them the opportunity to use that hero as well.
Now we do have a ban here for RAVE HOTS. What are they going to be banning?
Let's see here. Well, they already have MRR already has this 3 roles pretty neatly lined out here.
Yeah, they already have a solid for each. So
maybe they want to try banning one of the like someone like Sartorial or something.
Oh, okay.
You know,
could be.
Or maybe banning Arthas or one of the other tanks they have here.
Yeah, they might want a Zagara.
Zagara.
Okay, not a big surprise. I mean,
yeah, actually Zagara's banned pretty often.
Yeah. I almost sometimes forget that she's around because she gets banned so often in Korea.
Yeah, it's true.
Obviously just a super powerful hero.
Ban response right now for MRR. They really need to preempt whatever RAVE HOTS wants here. So we have no lockout abilities anymore since Zeratul and Zagara are out.
Yeah. I'm not sure what they want to go for the ban. Like, I guess you might want to ban a tank that they'll really want here.
You could try to ban Vala.
Like a
Vala
Johanna
as well.
ban? I think a Johanna ban here is
Oh,
nice.
you know what? I think Johanna is good because Johanna's just such a strong tank. And
what are the odds of RAVE HOTS not picking up Johanna in one of the next 2 picks?
I think they have to take Johanna, right?
Well,
Because they don't have their warrior. They don't have the tanky guy.
She's like the best dedicated tank that there is.
Yeah.
You know? Generally considered that, of course.
Vala.
Vala gets banned. Okay.
Just eliminating the options of lots of damage there.
Yeah,
so
don't
RAVE
have
HOTS
too
is
much.
going to have to go for...
Oh!
Cool. I didn't
Sick.
expect that.
Yeah. All right. So Sylvanas and Lost Vikings go together like peas and carrots here.
Yeah.
Let me talk about that for a second. Lost Vikings will soak every lane. It's the only hero that can split into 3 different heroes. So they can basically make sure that you're getting experience everywhere. And then you put everyone together with Sylvanas to just push a lane down. So
and just
your opponents
melt
are like,
that.
it'll basically be 4 in a lane and then the Vikings in the lane soaking experience.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you actually keep as much experience while stopping them from killing all your towers? So the early game should be going strongly RAVE HOTS, and if they don't get a big lead there, then MRR is going to be in a great spot.
Let's not forget, RAVE HOTS always taking a lead in the early game. But then again, I mean, what, they get that lead, and of course one of the Vikings just goes into the Garden Terror. I mean, it's a
big deal. Yeah,
so
only one of 3 has to go.
And Sonya, and I think Sonya is a really smart play here to kind of counter the Vikings.
Wow,
you get all 3 of them together, and Sonya starts spinning her blades there. You know, she's just not going to die, and those Vikings certainly are. So now we're waiting for the final pick here. Would it be an Arthas, perhaps, here for...
I think it's maybe a Nubarok, if I had to guess.
Oh, yeah, Nubarok, probably a better warrior class to pick.
Yeah, they need, like, some sort of stuns here, I would imagine. And you don't want to go... You don't want, like, a Tyrael. He's not a good solo tank. I think a Nubarok is maybe a good choice, but Muradin is
Oh, yeah,
well.
Muradin's fine.
Okay, so they do take Muradin. Yeah, so this is going to be really fun, guys. It's going to be the Vikings trying to get as much experience as possible while a heavy push goes down for those towers. What will MRR do to counter this early aggression?
Well, let's see. I mean, they're going to definitely try to keep the Lost Vikings out of their way as much as possible. That can be pretty tough, though. Obviously, by the way, the player playing the Lost Vikings, that's not an easy role to play here.
No, certainly. They were nerfed. Their kill timers are normal now, so they don't just pop back to life like Murky or Leoric.
Yep.
You know, it's a real loss when you lose one of them.
Yeah, and you got to be able to multitask like a madman. Anyways, our map is now loading up again. It is the Garden Terror map. So, you know, this game, especially with Lost Vikings here and good push potential with Sylvanas, it actually could be a short game with RAVE HOTS winning. We'll see, though. Can MRR actually manage to take this interesting team comp and shut it down? Anyways, our game's loaded up. I'm Tesis with Zartosis. This is the OGN Heroes of the Storm Super League. Okay, so we have RAVE HOTS on the left and MRR on the right here.
Okay. Let's see it. See the Vikings already split between these lanes. Looks like Sylvanas and Kael'thas actually going up to the top. Okay, yeah, they are going to rotate. I was going to say, you normally do want to have all 4 here together. In fact, even bringing a Viking with them, bringing up Eric, that quick little guy. And so they're going to be able to really deal a lot of damage here, guys. Watch this. This is a ton of damage coming in. They do have 1 Viking scouting for the rotation up. And how will MRR deal with this? Look at that tower. It's already at lower than half health.
We're going to have the tower possibly die before the 40-second marker here as MRR is making a mad dash to the north.
All right, the Viking has spotted so they can get into a better position. Look at this, getting out of there before any real damage is done. Sonya does go ahead and spear in, but doesn't get a kill here.
The tower is already down, though. One missing turret. That's going to make that top lane a lot easier to push in with.
It really, really is. And you see in the meantime, they're not really missing experience here. They're grabbing it all over the place. Already a small advantage here for RAVE HOTS. It's got to be bigger than that, though. They do start pushing against this second tower now. We have John out there trying to push him back. We have Jaina throwing down her snow spells, but not able to stop them quite yet.
And, I mean, the pressure that is being put on here, we're only at about a minute and 20 seconds, and we might already see 2 turrets go down.
Yeah.
I mean, what is just an insane push. Now, we'll see how well this team composition scales into the late game, but the late game might not even matter yet, man. One Viking does go down there.
Yeah, Eric does end up falling, and it looks like they do have the advantage here for these top small seeds here on the left-hand side, stealing their opponent's seeds. Of course, you need to get 100 total, so you have to steal some from your opponent, or what they would normally get. So already all those small seeds going to MRR. A good job there.
Nice body blocking here by one of the Lost Vikings to really make Leoric's day a little bit more difficult. Now coming down here, though, is the rest of MRR to scramble and try to get as many seeds as possible. And I got to say, you know, that push up at the top by RAVE HOTS was beautiful, but the seed gathering is way superior here for MRR.
Yeah, they're really doing a fantastic job with that, and has RAVE HOTS really done enough damage yet? They're actually just slightly behind in experience at this moment. That may change momentarily, but that's a big deal. When you have the Vikings on your side, you need to have an experience advantage.
And meanwhile, up here at the top is some seeds are being acquired right now, but they already have the Garden Terror growing for MRR, and MRR might be able to come in here and actually
steal a bit more. Yeah, they do steal a little bit more. There are only 64 seeds gathered, so for RAVE HOTS, it's a big deal.
All right, we see Murden. You're gonna be able to get away. Kind of an odd little exchange there. Sonya barely hooked on. And this is going to be the rotation now over to the Siege Giants. I think really the objective right now for RAVE HOTS is to get a strong push in that top lane and possibly close out this game that way. Now the Garden Terror has spawned.
Yeah, and that's going to give them more pushing power really than RAVE HOTS really has. Like, the Garden Terror is just so fantastic at pushing those lanes in, throwing down that flower pot and dealing tons of damage to all the minions and all the buildings. So look at that, it does throw it down and can easily just defend it a little bit, rotate to different lanes, deal some more damage. So RAVE HOTS, just their strategy so far hasn't quite worked out.
And so, yeah, you want to just keep the rotation alive here with that Garden Terror. And they're just staying out here with the whole team pushing. And don't forget, there are the Siege Giants in the back here. Look at that, really well-placed plant.
Yes.
Unlike whenever I play with that, when I solo queue online and they always throw it right into the middle.
Yeah, they're like, no, look at here, it hits all the buildings.
And then it dies in 2 seconds. Yeah, I'm like, why don't you put this out here where we can cover this?
Yeah, they get to guard it, deals a lot more damage, and MRR has to be feeling pretty happy about this so far. They're doing a good job. This one they do throw in before the team rotates up. It does get taken out pretty quickly, though, as it was, beyond enemy lines there.
Yeah, and it's really the question is, oh, hold up. Savannah's getting very low. Okay, Savannah's actually manages to back up. Burden also taking a beating, and as you notice, the second potted plant is going to be put out there because they just can't quite hit it as easily.
Yeah.
And it deals so much damage to structure so fast.
Indeed it does. Well, it looks like the Terror will go down, throws down one more potted plant, and Sonya will be able to whirlwind her way out of here. So at the end of all that, pretty even on experience, really showing you the power of these Lost Vikings to keep them this even, despite the fact that that plant just terrorized their towers, no pun intended.
I think that the next thing we got to watch for is can MRR actually deny the next Garden Terror here for RAVE HOTS? Because they have a lot of seeds, but it's not so much that a really strong play from MRR could deny all of that.
Yeah, that's a big point. And since they already got the Garden Terror, they only have 16 seeds for this next night phase. So will they be able to get their own Terror? It's possible that they get stopped by RAVE HOTS on that regard.
And as you can see here, just getting those bruisers down there is RAVE HOTS. The closer to level 10, though, is MRR.
Well, right now they do decide to come down here and push with their bruiser camp. We do have a big rotation coming down from MRR. Sonya coming in, dealing a lot of damage here to the Vikings. Nice blizzard goes down. Oh, just barely gets out of there.
Very close call there. Night will happen in about 20 seconds. And so it's very important that MRR get the other team in a really bad position. And actually, with the top fort being attacked here by the bruisers, I think the one Lost Viking alone is not going to be able to clean that up very easily.
No,
RAVE HOTS, though, set up for a trap here, really hoping to bounce on a Leoric or Jaina.
Yeah, it looks like Murden going to help clean up that top lane.
Though.
Well, it looks like a nice jump in there by Sonya, and the Ring of Frost does go down. Looks like Kael'thas's gonna fall. Perfect timing here by MRR, pushing them back. A lot of damage done, and now they can get the seeds.
And they're gonna go ahead and get all these seeds over here on their side and the opposing side.
All right, well, we do see in the meantime, Sonya actually battling Murden for these top small seeds.
It's a battle that will never end. These two characters can't kill each other. And taking out this one larger terror over here. Oh, so many seeds going down here.
Look at this.
And they've already got the second terror.
That's insane. So
That's
far, only
crazy.
12 seeds actually gained by RAVE HOTS in this phase. RAVE HOTS, though, actually does have a big army here. They're going to come in. A beautiful Ancestral going down on Sonya. She's going to jump back into the fight. But in the meantime, we do have Muradin stunning here on Sylvanas. She will get out, though.
Leoric just continue to do so much damage over here in the front. We have to be careful not to overextend here. I gotta say, MRR is just too good with their engages.
They're doing a fantastic job here. Viking ship did get procced here. Not a lot of damage done, though. They did a good job of avoiding that.
Sonya getting very low.
Yeah, she might be going down,
Yep.
and Chain Bomb does get her.
And now this bottom lane is being pushed, but over at the top, man, the Garden Terror is already making a beeline to this fort, and I don't think there's any way they can save it.
No,
Look at this.
the fort's definitely going to go down. Well, you would think it would, but...
what is he doing?
Say he turns around. It's
right,
got almost no health left. You know what? This is what they want. They want to guard this. If they can deny the seeds, that's fantastic. So right now the Terror is here to help them fight. MRR coming up with more of their teammates. A root does go down on their Garden Terror.
Not every day you get to see that.
Nice little bit of zoning here with that flower pot.
You know
RAVE
what?
having a hard time.
They're going to zone him out. They can't get in there. That's so crazy. Look
That is pretty crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Arrow escape there by Eric, yeah. And they're just going to actually get this terror, so when this one dies, they'll just immediately have another one. Wow.
Well, it looks like right now this is kind of crazy, man. MRR has taken complete control, really. 2 terrors so far. Their opponents with none after 2 night phases.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are starting to hit these forts as well, despite this push comp from RAVE HOTS.
Yeah, really nicely done here.
Olaf falling there.
And so they actually come up here, and again, that plant is doing so much damage here.
A lot of damage being dealt, and here we go. They're going to go ahead and see if they can't kill off another fort. We have Kael'thas coming down, trying to defend, throwing up his Phoenix there behind that fort, pushing him off.
Oh, beautiful job there by Jaina.
Yeah.
Nice Ancestral there, saving that. Now Sonya's getting pretty low. Johanna's still up here in the front, doing a lot of damage. Muradin in his heroic form right now. I think all of MRR is going to have to keep running.
Yeah, it looks like they do have to back out of here for the time being because they still have lots of infrastructure. We do have Leoric in the meantime up top. He's going to be able to very easily finish off this fort. And that is the first fort kill of the game.
Yes, it is. Meanwhile,
Wailing Arrow hitting everyone right there.
Yeah, nicely done. Sonya just so low, but then goes back, dives in. Oh, beautiful.
Really greatly done there by Sonya. Using that whirlwind, healing herself
Malfurion's dead too. Malfurion goes down. I think they can actually cut off the Viking there.
And it looks like they want to go ahead and grab this Bruiser camp. I'm sure they're going to rotate down and...
probably get the Siege Giant camp here first.
Yeah, maybe. I think they want to make sure that bottom fort dies as well. If they can just knock out a few more forts here, that is gigantic for them. Here they go. 2 of them coming down right now. We have Johanna as well as Sonya working on it. That will end up falling.
Meanwhile, the center lane is being pushed very heavily here. And it looks like they should just barely get the final fort here.
Yeah, MRR definitely looks like they should be able to grab that with those Siege Giants helping out as well. And they are just completely outplaying RAVE HOTS this game.
Yeah, I mean, the idea of what RAVE HOTS is trying to do is cool, but the execution goes way over to MRR. Look at this. They're just going to have such a strong push at bottom lane. It's going to be insane.
Well, they are going ahead, grabbing more and more mercenary camps. RAVE HOTS going to go ahead and grab these Siege Giants up top to try to slow down the ridiculous push that we see out of MRR.
That's going to crash into the top lane here. We're going to have a lot of tension up in that area. Another engagement here. Jaina getting very, very low, but backing up. Meanwhile, Sonya is on the run, being completely cut off from the rest of the party. Johanna coming in here from behind. It looks like Sonya will just barely escape.
Yeah, it looks like she does make it out. Rhaegar coming around to heal her up regardless. They do still have those Siege Giants in the middle as well. That middle fort does not have long to live by the looks of it.
No, it looks like they're going to come pounce on it right now, and it does go down. Level 14 to level 16 here. Meanwhile, Leoric, Leoric will be picked off there.
Well, I mean, that's a small victory, but Leoric, of course, going to be back on the battlefield faster than just about anyone.
Yep.
So that is a little bit of a pain for them, not the hero that they really want to kill.
Now in 5 seconds, it will become nighttime, and it will be time to start grabbing seeds. So we have Leoric is actually stalking the enemy here, to really make sure that the option right now for MRR
that.
to dive in is there.
MRR,
wow, they're so good.
They're so good. That's stupid.
They are just. It is so
they
ridiculous.
They scout where they're at. They zone
are.
them out,
yeah.
and they take all these small
Leoric's
seeds.
dead. No biggie. All right, we have ice block here. Although Jaina, I think your days are numbered.
Yep. Down she goes almost immediately. In the meantime, we do have MRR still working their way up. We do have that March of the Black King going off. Sonya jumps in. A silence does go down, though.
Oh, beautiful pull in there. And now Malfurion is going to be out of this game. We see Sylvanas right now, and Murden just trying to escape. Murden getting so low. And Murden gets blown up, nearly flies out of my screen and hits me. And Sylvanas will survive, but will this team survive for much longer as MRR is just taking over the map?
It's pretty tough. The Vikings are going to be able to jump their way out of there, but, I mean, we are now in the third night phase. The third terror already gotten for MRR. Hell, they might get a fourth terror as well during this night phase. 89 seeds for their opponents, RAVE HOTS. Can they pick up those crucial 11 seeds and finally get a terror to start fighting back?
Yeah, that would be the beginning of something, wouldn't it? So they're going to get those seeds down there, and I think they can actually make a mad dash down here to the bottom neutral terror to try to take that. Got to be careful. Don't want to lose those Vikings to the terror there.
Yeah, a little bit sloppy there, but we do have Johanna running in, stealing some seeds as well, being a general nuisance. Looks like they will finally get enough seeds for their own terror, but the terror jumping in now. We have MRR starting a full engagement. The Vikings get into their ship, launching a lot of damage in.
Leoric does ghost down in here. Sonya chasing the Vikings right now. The Vikings almost out of their heroic form right now. Beautiful ancestral there on Sonya as the Terror's going to come in here and actually try to trap them along with a Johanna.
Johanna coming up here, really messing with everyone. Mouth does go down. Meantime, the Terror has taken a lot of damage, but Sonya pushing forward, dealing a lot of damage. Looks like she's going to fall as well, and down she goes from Muradin's Dwarf Toss there into a hit.
Uh-oh, got to be careful. The Blizzard now coming down. So much damage there. Kael'thas goes down.
Johanna falls to do it, though.
Murden on the run right now. We're still waiting.
Looks like it's 2-2 after all that.
Yep. And they're going to come back over here and just get this once again. That's going to be another Garden Terror for them.
That's heartbreak, really, for RAVE HOTS. That extra Garden Terror really kind of negates this one that RAVE finally got. That's 2 in one phase. It's always a brutal thing to have happen to you. But right now we do have that Terror starting to push towards the middle of the map. Let's see what RAVE HOTS can get done.
RAVE HOTS' Terror is coming up here now. We're going to start to see the potted plants thrown down to start just stressing out the buildings, taking as little damage as they want to take here. Nicely done so far, at least beginning to start to destroy the infrastructure there of the team MRR. But again, this is like such a uphill battle.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the top 2 gates down so far. Let's not forget, 1,000 years ago when this game started, Sylvanas was able to take out those top towers. So, you know, they're making a little bit of progress, but we do have MRR about to hit level 20, and that is a gigantic deal.
And it looks like they are going to have to just go back and play defense here, as they're going to go right into the center here. And we're seeing that potted plant get put right out here, where it's a little bit tougher for you know, RAVE HOTS to actually come in there and take that out without risking losing a single hero here.
Yeah, some nice chain bombs going down from Kael'thas right now. Those living bombs starting to deal some damage, but good spreading by MRR. They do have their level 20s. They do have those storm talents, so they are pushing forward right now. Kael'thas taking a lot of damage. Some heals go down on him, but is it enough? Oh, a beautiful arcane barrier does pop on him. He is still alive somehow. Oh, down he goes. And MRR.
I don't think you ever see a Kael'thas stay alive that long in a battle. And they're starting to lose the rest of the infrastructure over here now. Now we see Murden getting solo. And he goes down here as well. The Garden Terror is still weak, but I think the damage has already been done.
You might be right about
In
that.
fact, I don't even know if Sylvanas and Malfurion can even get back to the starting location to even heal up here. Jaina, though, still here pretty low. Nice ice block there. Johanna now pushing through. The core is so low.
Yeah, we do have, look at this. Is Sonya right now doing lots of damage, sustaining, and down it goes. Wow, MRR on top of things.
Say it with me, Artosis. That's what their team handle stands for. And Murgle is what they did here today. That's Murloc for Shrekabab. They totally took out the other team.
Dude, they kept their cool against something that's very hard to deal with. The Lost Vikings Sylvanas combo on this map can be brutal, but they played very, very well here. I love the move with the Leoric Ghost, stealing those seeds. There was a lot of great moves here.
They did a really, really good job overall. I mean, it was exciting to see what RAVE HOTS was going to throw at us when it's all down to it. All right, let's bring out the Lost Vikings. Let's try to control this map. But MRR they got too much flow with them. They really know how to synergize whatever unit composition they have.
Yeah, MRR, I loved it, man. They went 3-tank against RAVE HOTS here, and that was super interesting, utilizing that Sonya. We saw a lot of Sonya picks tonight, and even a couple of them on Saturday. So very cool to see this awesome hero
one thing
being
is
used.
Sonya can heal so quickly as long as she's doing damage to a bunch of other heroes at once. So if you can time that out nicely, she's great for initiating a battle or finishing it. We're seeing this a little bit right here.
Yeah. Well, she did go down a few times there, of course, as well. Can be hard if she gets slowed or stunned or silenced to keep her going, but just really great. I do have to say, Buck was on point with his Ancestrals this game.
Yeah, he was really good. And also, whenever Wailing Arrow was fired, they all managed to get out by time and then, wait for the moment where they can reactivate and engage again.
Yeah, some great Ancient Spears there as well. We saw her just take out that Kael'thas very quickly with Sonya. Very important for Sonya to be able to get on top, close that distance, and start dealing that ridiculous damage.
Yeah. Great job also. I think one of the real stories of this match today was how well they got the Garden Terrors. I mean, talk about never even letting your opponent get
They never let up.
objective.
One thing I do want to point out, actually, everything was going too fast to really talk about it when it happened, but when at the very beginning of the game, before the first night phase, RAVE HOTS was pushing that top tower very well, and they rotated very poorly as night started, got caught off guard, and then all the seeds just instantly
disappeared.
To their opponents. And
it was crazy.
From there, MRR never let up, and I think that was actually the big mistake. They were a little bit greedy on how long they stayed. Just because they had those sights given to them by the Vikings on where their opponents were. But, I feel like that was a big moment in this game when they all just got completely wrecked before that first night phase.
Well, RAVE HOTS has died, guys.
Yeah, they're out.
MRR lives on.
Will the Murgle squad be able to do anything in this round of 4 that is just so ridiculously stacked?
I would say that they're rank 4 amongst everybody, but expect surprises. These guys are developing. New maps are coming out. New heroes are coming out. Times change very quickly early on in a new esport game.
That's right.
And obviously there's a lot on the line here. So, they're really going to be booking it hard. MRR actually came to be through a PC cafe. This is not your conventional pro team, but they're doing very well, and they're in this to win.
Indeed, but they have a very tough one next week. Tasteless, I have to say.
Oh, yeah.
They're going up against MVP Black in the round of 4.
MVP Black, a lot of people are saying they're the best team in the world right now.
Yeah, including you and I.
Yeah.
And anyone who
and
can
we know
read
better
results
than
of
anybody.
tournaments.
Yes. Wow. I got to say, I thought it was going to be a little bit closer. I guess the games at time were neck and neck, but the results were not.
Yeah. RAVE HOTS showing us a great game number 2. I love the strategy choice for game number 3, but they weren't able to pull it all together, unfortunately. So, guys, these are your upcoming matches.
Ooh.
At 1 p.m. KSC on Saturday, MVP Black takes on MRR. Can MRR step it up against the best team currently in the world, MVP Black?
Let's see, and also we'll have Snake against Team DK. That should be a lot of fun as well.
Oh my God, yes. Those
all these games, absolutely
teams.
great. Guys, get out there, spread the word about our tournament. A lot of people don't know that this tournament's going on globally. A lot of people don't know that Artosis and myself are casting it. So we love this game. It's a new game. I think just like you guys at home, we're learning it, and it's been a lot of fun to see this develop and discover which comps are the best, which players are the best. And we want as many of you guys to tune in as possible to join us here at OGN.
Spread the word. You can always check out the VODs on the Twitch page, so definitely do that if you missed some of these earlier games. And there's definitely a lot of great stuff that you can learn and have fun watching here in the Korean scene.
Absolutely. And, generally whenever Korea takes any interest in a game at all, they usually become the best at it. So very important to keep in mind, since this game is reasonably popular in Korea, we may end up seeing the Koreans be the very best of the best.
Indeed. Well, we'll see as we approach BlizzCon, Tasteless, but so far they're looking good in these international events. And tonight they look very good as well. I'm sad to see RAVE HOTS go. They're a very good team. I think that they are pretty solidly the 5th best team in Korea right now.
I think you're correct. But I mean, this is the whole nature of competition, right? We eventually got to start cutting the fat and leaving only the very best of the best.
Indeed.
Yeah. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We love you guys. I believe we're going to close it out in a second here. We're tethered to the Korean broadcast, but yeah. That's it. I just want to let you guys know I love you.
Whoa! Yeah. That's pretty quick, Taste. This is only episode...
I move fast. I move
what is
very
this,
fast.
episode 8 or something?
Yeah.
So,
and I'm already thinking about marriage.
Tasteless is very serious.
I'm a fast mover. Great work as always, by the way, Artosis. This is a lot of fun. And...
yeah.
I don't know when we're going to close this because we just...
enjoy playing Heroes and watching Heroes, guys. And definitely make sure you check it out more here at OGN.